everyone, it's Marianne and welcome to my Wasteless Life. In this video, let's talk about plant swaps. Thank you so much for joining me today, and if you're new, this is my Wasteless Life, where I take you along my plant journey and share with you some of my tips and tricks on houseplants and sustainable lifestyle. So in this video, we're going to talk about plant swaps. Plant swaps is a great way to rehome the plants that you don't want anymore and get some new plants for free. And there are many ways that you could do plant swaps even during this time of COVID. You can do online, one-on-one, or even attend plant swaps as long as they're socially distanced, which I recently did at the H Street Farms. My first experience with plant swap is through online. It was organized by Maya of Baby Plants. She did a live on her YouTube channel and connected people who want to trade plants with each other. And if you want me to do something like that in the future, I'll be happy to do so. And that was a great experience. I did get a Peperomia Pixie from that trade, and I traded the other person a Pilea peperomoides. And I've also done one-on-one plant trades. And a great way to make this happen is joining local plant groups in your area. And the trades are not always going to be even, but you make it as close as you can as possible. You might not want the plant that you want to trade out, but for them it is their wish list plant, and vice versa. And recently I went to H Street Farms for their socially distanced plant swap. So here inside the greenhouse, they have like their more rare plants. They have their anthuriums, some like rare plants I don't recognize. This is a Monstera albo that I don't know how much it's for sale for, but it's a half and half. Oh, there's a pink Princess Philo for 500. Here we have a pink Princess Node. I don't know how much that is, but yeah, and it's like Monstera dubia over here, and some Hoya carrii, and oh, and it's a variegated alocasia for $100. Philodendron silver sword, and anthurium. I want that one. Monstera adansonii. I think it's a philodendron unifolium. Some silver swords, I think. String of hearts. And look at this one. This is, I think, the Burl Marks variegated, $250. Another albo over there. And another albo over here. The Mickey Mouse variegated. Some baby alocasias. Silver swords. I have ZZ ravens for $20. Here are the plants that I brought to the swap. That's Alocasia stingray. A Monstera something albo. I can't trade for it, but I want it. And unlike previous plant swaps that I've been to, this one is still a free event, but it was limited and you have to RSVP for your time slot because they don't want to have too many people at the event. It was on a rooftop garden. They still wanted to follow social distancing rules and putting on masks, which is great. So it was a really safe event and a lot of fun. The owner, Niraj, is such an amazing person. He actually just restocked a lot of his plants in his greenhouse. He has so many more plants that I'm so glad it's easily available now in my area, because before a lot of these plants are very hard to find, and now I can easily find them in his greenhouse slash rooftop garden in DC. So let me show you some of the plants that I got from that plant swap, as well as some of the plants that I've got in previous plant swaps. Here are the plants that I got from the 8th Street Farms plant swap. I got some planters as well as plants during that swap, and I really love everything that I got, and a couple of them were actually wishlist plants that I've wanted for a long time, and I'm glad that I got them in this plant swap for free. So the first thing that I was able to trade during the plant swap was this two cute little planters. I've been seeing this pop up on Instagram lately, so I think this has been quite popular. I think I also saw this in the dollar store, or at least some version of it. But they're really cute, and I traded about a 3-inch pot of string of turtles for this too. And this one is really cute in particular because it's string of turtles inside a string of turtles planter. It doesn't have a drainage hole, but for this one, I put some leca, put a little bit of water, and just put some string of turtle cuttings on top, and it looks really cute like this. And this one is the sloth. I really like this one because it reminds me of the Urban Outfitters sloth planter, like the hanging planter. I wanted to get that for the longest time, but I just couldn't justify the $18 price on it, and it never goes on sale. So this is the closest thing to that, and I think this is just as cute. And I put this 1-inch pot of a Hoya Carei albomarginata that I am trying to propagate. So these two planters were the first thing that I was able to trade during that plant swap event. And next one is this Tradescantia Nanook. I've been wanting this Tradescantia Nanook for the longest time. I probably maybe saw it once at Home Depot. I didn't really get it because I think it was $6 for a really small plant that doesn't really look good. So I passed on it, and I saw this at Ace Hardware. I think a lot of people do see this at Ace Hardware, at least in my area. They had the Tradescantia Lilac and the Tradescantia White, which really looks beautiful, and I wanted to get it then, but it was a bit pricey for me. It was like, I think about $25, maybe $35 for a 6-inch pot, which I guess is a reasonable price, but for me that was pricey, and I wasn't really into Tradescantia during that time. But now I'm really into Tradescantia, so I'm trying to collect a few of them, but I really like that I finally got this Tradescantia Nanook, and it's actually flowering on top. And I got this already rooted, and I am propagating it in leca, and so far it has grown so much root since, and I'm really excited for this plant. This is, I thought this was the Calista repens, which is a cousin of the Tradescantia, but this was labeled as the Tradescantia fluminensis tricolor. And look at how tiny this is. I've seen so many pictures of this on Instagram, and it looks really beautiful, but this one honestly looks better in Instagram photos than it is in real life. I mean, this one is cute. This is really cute, but I was at Rewild the other day and I saw a bigger pot of this, and it doesn't really look that good. I don't know, maybe that pot was just not looking too well, but for me it's a pretty plant nonetheless. I hope to get a little bit more of this. That's why I went to Etsy and tried to find some more, and I was able to buy one for $5, but it is the Tradescantia fluminensis bianca, which is supposed to be the white version of this one. But when I got it, this is what I got. Let me show you. Well, this is what I got instead. It is like mostly green with barely any variegation, and the variegation that I'm getting, it's more pink than white. So I wasn't really sure. I was confused a little bit when I got this. I could see a little bit of white variegation in some of the leaves that are green, but I don't know. But like I said, when you look at it, when it's like a little bit more, it doesn't look as pretty as you would think it would be compared to the Instagram photos that we often see. And I don't think these two are the same plant, to be honest. But again, I'm not sure. They're both labeled as Tradescantia fluminensis, and this is the one that I got from Etsy, and this is the one that I got at the plant swap. And the next one that I got is a Peperomia Hope. This used to be one of my wishlist plants, but for some reason it's no longer my wishlist plant. But since I had a chance to get it for free at a plant swap, why not? But this is actually a much bigger Peperomia Hope, but I gave the rest away to someone who bought plants from me, and I just kept this one this much because I don't really need a lot of it. And the one that I swapped was like 2 long branches, and I'm trying to propagate it, but I don't know if it's actually taking because the leaves are starting to look a little bit wrinkly, but hopefully it's because it's just adjusting. But we'll see if it works out great. If not, that's okay. But yeah, so that is the Peperomia Hope. So the next one that I was able to trade in this plant swap was the ZZ Raven. Granted, the next three plants that I'm going to show you is I actually traded it with the owner of H Street Farms, Niraj, and his wife, because his wife wanted some of the plants that I brought during the swap. And he and his wife are really generous people, so they gave me the ZZ plant in exchange for my Manjula, Cebu Blue Pothos, and my Monstera Siltipicana. So this is one of the plants that they gave me, which is the ZZ Raven. They actually have this on sale on H Street Farm. So if you're looking for a ZZ Raven for a really good price, go check them out. They have it at least when I was there. And next one that I got was this Strumenti 3-star. I've been wanting this Strumenti 3-star for the longest time. It is on my wishlist plants. If you've seen my wishlist versus swipe list plants from last year, I did mention this plant, and I'm so glad that I finally got it, and I got it for free. I really enjoy seeing the movement of the plant throughout the day. So far, I think it's doing okay. It does have some crispy edges. And I also recently got a Calathea White Fusion from Plants Alive Nursery that was also gifted to me by the owner. Let me go get it and show you. So this is the Calathea White Fusion. And as you can see, it has some crispy edges, even though this one is either in my IKEA greenhouse cabinet or is sitting literally on top of the humidifier. So Calatheas are very finicky, and I'm just like starting to learn. So that's why for the longest time they're in my banned plants list. But I figured since now I have a little bit better setup when it comes to plants, I have my humidifiers, my heat pad, my indoor greenhouse, then maybe I could start taking a chance and experiment with this type of plants. I mean, it's not bad, so far so good, but definitely the crispy edges are there. The last plant that I got in this plant swap is the Rose of Jericho, Jericho Rose, or the Resurrection plant. As you can see, I haven't submerged it in water because I don't really know what I'm going to do with this. So what I'm doing with this is I'm giving this away to the subscribers of my Plentiful newsletter. So if you're not subscribed to my Plentiful newsletter, be sure to be subscribed. So these are the plants that I got from the plant swap, and now let me show you the plants that I got from a previous plant swap. I already did a video on them previously, so if you want a more in-depth video, go watch that. But let me just give you some updates on the plants that I got from previous plant swaps. So the first one is this spider plant. Of course, when I got it, it wasn't this big. I literally just got a baby spider plant, and it grew into this, and it produced new babies of its own. This one is this Christmas cactus. I was able to get it to bloom last year. I'm hoping to get it to bloom again this year. This needs a lot of cold if you want it to bloom, and also long periods of darkness. So I've been trying to put this outside while we still don't have like super freezing temperatures, and so far it's been liking it because I could really see some buds starting to form, and this might even bloom by Thanksgiving. This is the Peperonia Pixie that I mentioned earlier. This was actually a much bigger plant now that I remembered, and this was a propagation of that, and the actual plant I probably have traded too. This Dischidia, technically this is not a trade, this was a gift, but it was given to me by the winner of my 1K giveaway, and I didn't even know that she was going to send this to me. So I sent her the plants. I think I sent her about 3 plants, and she sent me about like 3 or 4 plants back, and this is one of them, which is the Dischidia. I don't know what type, but this is a Dischidia. It also sent me this one, this variegated string of hearts, which is like I'm forever grateful for, because there's no way I'll be able to get this here, or even if I do, it's going to be like super expensive, and I got this for free from her. So thank you so much, Elizabeth. This is like one of my favorite plants that I got this year. So those are the plants that I got from the H Street Farms plant swap, as well as some of the plants that I got in previous plant swaps. As mentioned earlier, plant swaps are a great way to rehome some of the plants that don't spark you joy anymore, but it will spark joy in others, and also a great opportunity to get some of your wishlist plants for free. Just to let you know, next Friday I will not have a video. It is election week in the US, so if you are an eligible US voter, I hope you already had made plans to vote or have already early voted. If not, please make sure to have voted by November 3rd. This is such an important election. And just a little bit update on my Pothos ebook. It is about to come out. It's going to come out in November. So I'm really excited about it. I hope you are too. I will make sure to make several announcements about it leading up to the launch, and of course as well during the launch. And of course I'll be coming up with my fall plant collection video also in November, and after that it's 12 days of Plantmas. It's going to be really fun. It's just going to be a lot of like fun planting videos from here on out, and I'm very excited about them, and hopefully you enjoy watching them when they come out. And before I end this video, I would like to announce the winner of the Ultrasonic Cool Mist Humidifier from Tossat. And the winner is chosen at random, and the winner is... Congratulations to the winner. I'll be in touch with you via Instagram, and please respond with your mailing address and I will give it to Tossat and they will send the humidifier to you. So thank you so much to everyone that entered. I will have future giveaways. Don't worry if you didn't win this one. But yeah, so thank you so much for watching. If you like this video, please give me a thumbs up. And if you're new here, I hope you subscribe. I come up with houseplants and sustainable lifestyle videos every week. And if you haven't yet, go check out these videos up here until my next one. But until then, I see you. I appreciate you. Go vote, take care of yourself and each other, and have a plentiful day. Bye!